Hello everyone, my name is Rounak Maheshwari and this is my first blog, not blog, first video with a blog where I will be explaining my own blog. This is my first video and here you can see in the image what we are going to discuss into this video. We are going to discuss about the tea or the chai which is the national drink of India. Now, if we are talking about the tea, आसाम के बागानों की जो खुशबू आती है ना दैट कैन नॉट बी कंपेयर्ड एनीवे teas tea leaves which are sourced from northeastern part of India are the best one and then from the Kerala and few other areas small areas in southern parts of India. Lekin why we are going to discuss tea today? Not because everyone loves the tea, but because what we are doing is we are making tea business an organized business in terms of tea cafes, which are continuously increasing across the country. जब भी हम कैफ़ेज़ की बात सुनते हैं तो वी थिंक अबाउट द कॉफ़ी कैफ़ेज़ वेयर वी आर गोइंग टू ड्रिंक कॉफ़ी एंड वी सेड वी डू चिट चैट blah blah blah. But no, what we are going to do today is we are going to discuss about the tea cafes, which are continuously increasing, and so many companies are there in the line which are continuously opening higher number of tea cafes across the country. These just not offer the tea but also the snacks like poha, like fans, like other like samosas, kachoris, many other things. But these tea cafes are getting increased traction from all across the country. Okay, guys. So before we begin, let me brief you once again. We are going to discuss today the tea cafe business, the business of tea cafes, where people will sit and have tea, varieties of tea, lot of type of teas. उनका price the same range which you pay at a specific 30 on any bus stop or on any other area. So let's talk about the tea cafes in India. So India's bond with tea, it's not just emotional, it's emotional, cultural, generational. My father used to drink tea, my grandfather used to drink tea. Similarly, at majority of the families, 95 or 99% families of India will be having tea at least once in a day, every member. Hardly 1% people will be there who do not drink tea. Okay, so tea is our emotion, tea is our favorite drink. Tea is something which can be announced as a national drink by the government of India, and literally we should do it the way we consume the tea. Now, if we talk about the tea cafes, so tea cafe, the branded tea cafe market is continuously growing. A higher double digit growth rate in India has been experienced by the number of tea cafes. Why? Because it does not impact anyone's lifestyle. If someone is sitting in barista or in the cafe coffee day, or Starbucks, okay, he's paying for one glass of coffee 150 bucks or more than that. But if someone is sitting at a specific tea cafe, such as Tea Post or Tea Logi or any other, or just mere 15 rupees tea, bro, of 10 rupees tea or 15 rupees tea, or at max 20 rupees tea, a normal tea. You can get flavored teas at a higher rate, but a normal tea at just a normal price. So, why these tea cafes? Because it gives them authenticity, the value perception. See here, why someone wants to have the tea cafe? There is low investment. If I am getting a franchisee of some company or if I am starting my own tea cafe, what I need is just four tables, eight chairs, one big sort of utensil to cook the tea, and either the disposable cups or the kulhars or plastic cups. A very, very, very minimal investment plus low operating cost. If I am making tea of 10-liter milk, today I'll make Max 11 liters milk of tea tomorrow if my tea taste is good. If people are loving it. And who can be the customer? Anyone. No barrier, no entry barrier for any customer. A taxi wala will think before going into Starbucks or into Cafe Coffee Day or any other cafe. But if he wants to have a tea, he can come to our shop and drink tea without any hesitation. He knows I will pay at max 15 rupees instead of 10 rupees. But when he'll come, he will have a chair to sit. He can sit there. Additional investment, I can make some small investment like TV or something, and he can enjoy those 15-20 minutes moments for himself. He can get also, if the tea cafe is in an open space in an area near the road, so if owner allows, he can also allow to smoke people, so they can have tea with cigarettes, no issues. Now what we talk about, the high repeat consumption, strong margins. So the margins are very common. It is 40 to 60% margin in the tea industry, and that's why the tea cafes are booming continuously, because so many people have created their own tea companies and they have started giving away the franchises at a very minimal cost. Now when someone takes a franchisee or do a very fancy banner of their own tea shops, that becomes a company, that becomes a brand for the tea. And that's why tea cafe is not just about the franchisee, but about your own tea shop can be as a made as a big branded tea cafe. Now if we talk about major players driving the industry's growth in India, so those are the franchisors who are providing franchises to tea cafe owners. And why so? Because creating a brand name takes time. Creating a brand name takes a lot of efforts to create a value, the value perception. But at the same time, if someone has already established their tea cafe already somewhere, so getting the brand name associated with that is not a difficult thing. We just get a franchisee and automatically we will have the brand value, the same brand value the franchisor is owning. We can have the same brand value for our tea shop or our tea cafe. Now, if we talk about the Tea Time is one of the biggest company in India, which is also going for IPO. They have shared their DRHP, draft red herring prospectus, with SEBI. They have more than 4,000 outlets across the country. They offer the tea, and they what offer is a low cost kiosk model, which has helped company to expand into tier 2 and tier 3 cities in India. Now, if we talk about their business strategy, so what they are doing, they are going towards a very conventional retail market approach. Create a master franchisee and then create a unit franchisee. Master franchisee for a state, and the unit franchisees either by city wise or big town wise. Initially, they had gone with the city wise franchisee or the whosoever comes first come first serve type of franchise, but they didn't register that much growth into that model. And that's why when they went with this the master franchisee model and the unit franchisee model, they exploded, their growth almost tripled. So tea time is one of the successful business in tea franchises with the standard retail market approach, where they are giving away the franchisee in such a way that it is working for them profitably, marginally, and exponentially. Second is chai sutta. Chai, when we think about chai and sutta, what we think? A youth who is having a tea, having a sutta together simultaneously. So at the same time, chai sutta bar is towards the youth, targeted towards the youth. And similar, the franchising model with the branding is focused on the youth segment. What they are doing is to come, you yourself have the name chai sutta bar, and what they have right now is more than 600 outlets or 600 chai sutta bar cafes across 370 plus cities, more than 370 cities across the country. When we talk about chayos, so chayos offer a tech enabled outlets. You go, you have a screen, you select which tea you want, and you will get that tea. Chios has entered a segment which is called as premium tea segment, premium personalized tea cafe. So guys, I am also having my tea with this block. So Chios has entered into a premium segment, a tech enabled, just like MACD. You know how it works in MACD. You go select a particular thing, you get a slip, go give a slip to the that particular person sitting in that window. You give him the slip, you get your MacPuff or you get your ice cream, and that's it, done. So that's how Chios has tried to compare itself with either the MACD or the Burger King or any or all of these tech enabled outlets. Now, if we come to Chai Point, Chai Point has focused on 180 stores. Initially, what they focused was on a standard retail model. Let's create a chai shop, Chai Point shop. Then started giving away the franchisee. But what they observed, that there is a limited growth into this similar approach. And Chai Point wanted to do something unconventional. And what did they do? Chai Point owners thought of a unique idea. Let's have a brewing machines across the workplaces or across the company, a tea vending machines, just like the CCD's coffee brewing machines. What they will have is tea vending machines. Now, at present, they have more than 5,000 unit of tea vending machines across the country. They do not go into retail model now. They go, but on a very very limited scale. We can consider as not in retail model. Chai Point goes to the workplaces, to the companies. Okay, have our machine into your cafeterias. People will drink the tea, and we will charge an annual fee. That's it. We will refill the supplies. Chai Point will keep refilling the supplies, and that will be only charged. So you do not need to have a stall. What you have a additional vending machine where you can have whatever snacks type you want, and that's it. That's how Chai Point works. Now comes Tealogy. Tealogy is another company, Indore-based, MP-based company. One of the fastest growing company. They went with the standard franchisee model, but still they reached 500 plus outlets in 200 plus cities across 26 states in just 2 to 3 years of time. Why so? Because their approach was very simple. Let's have the you have the franchisee, but don't share any revenue with us as part of royalty. You will have an annual fee. That's it. You pay us annual fee. You have your franchisee. You operate it, and what we will give you is the standard formulas of tea. You just copy it. You just have those. Prepare your teas. You can add your own variations into the tea, and that's how you can work. We will not come and have the share in revenue, and that's where there the initial investment is also way lesser in terms of like Chios or the other tea time, any other company. Now if we talk about Tea Post, 250 plus outlets across 50 cities. Tea Post is India's fastest growing tea cafe chain, which is leveraging affordable kiosks and sit down formats. What they want is, let's have tea in a traditional way with the value feel, value perception. Okay, one thing I just missed. I just actually provided you wrong information that not Tea Time but Tea Post has filed for IPO. Company has 250 plus outlets across 50 cities. Also, company has expanded out of India as well, like in Bahrain, Oman. So they are expanding. What is business strategy is create a store, increase the footfall, maintain the quality of tea and snacking products at competitive prices, the prices which are just in comparison to all other competitors. A common business strategy which all other companies has followed, like all the companies, Tea Post, Tealogy, Chai Point, Chai Sutta Bar, all these companies, is that once you are successful in India, start looking out towards other countries, especially where Indian people are present in a large number. For example, expatriates. where they are working, they are working in Middle East at highest number. Saudi, Oman, Kuwait, Bahrain, where Indian people are working on a large number as a worker, as a laborer, as a skilled worker, or in multiple other capacities. So just expand our franchises over there. Now I have created this table, a very concise table with the very required information as just very limited to these names. Why so? I filtered out these names. I had thought of one other you can see everywhere, but the Pandharpur chai. But what I felt is Pandharpur chai is failing in some sense because it I think gave away the franchises at a very low cost to the shop owners who didn't have actual shop. Because if I see at my own town, my own city, I can see a lot of Pandharpur chai stalls being closed or shut permanently. Why? Because they don't have their own shop. Either Pandharpur is now restructuring or some looking once again properly at their business model. But what I felt is many of the Pandharpur chai in my town and in many other cities being closed out because I think they gave away the franchisee at a very minimal cost without looking at basic requirements such as a proper shop, a sitting place, or and these small but important critical points for a chai cafe or the tea cafe to run. So that's why I did not include Pandharpur chai into my uh, this blog. Now, if you talk about what are the challenges and if there is any recent failure. So, for example, Tea Post revealed that in IPO filing that it's not possible for every location to be profitable. So they have to shut down their own few of the locations to shut down. Profitability is a must for everything, and especially in the business of such as chai. If you cannot sell a tea at a profitable rate, you need to reconsider your approach, and that's what Tea Post did. So what it shows is that uh, every business or every franchisee cannot bring you the guaranteed success. Similarly, if we talk about Tata Tea's Chai and Chai, so that was a experiment was conducted by Tata Tea. So Tata Tea, what they did, they opened Chai and Chai stores, but those didn't work and they had to shut down there. So basically, the big brands also can come in. That is a risk. Big brands can come in, and they might fail in terms of all these new competitors. That is a risk for them as well. You are coming into our turf when the tea post or the teology or the chayos claim that it is our turf and we know how to win it, not you. So similarly, big firms can come. That is a risk for these established players. But for the established players also it is a risk that okay, our model might not work. We are just a tea leaf producer and supplier of the tea leaves or the teas. So let's be it. Do not expand vertically. Similarly, MBA Chaiwal, one of the most famous chaiwalas in India, a fast scaling chain. What happened? He publicly told everyone that okay, what I am getting is lower than expected sales. So yes, aggressive expansions hurts us. So these are things which needs to be considered. You need to have a strong location. Second, you have validating sales proposals that okay, I am going to achieve the revenue in first 6 months or in the next 1 year. And plus, we have to provide continuous franchisee support to all the company, all our franchises. These are the now. If we talk about is the tea cafe franchisee industry worth it? Yes, because low entry barriers are there. Demand is very strong. Everyone wants to have a strong demand. High repeat purchases are there. Franchisee scalability is there. Everyone can have one franchisee, two franchisee, or multiple number of franchisees if he person has that much sort of financial backup into his pocket and he wants to expand, he wants to have a higher number of franchisees, he can have it. Otherwise he can start his own company. He can think of a something very interesting brand name and then can start a franchisee model for his own tea cafe. Okay, I forgot to tell you one more thing. Suppose a person from MP is coming to Rajasthan to as a tourist. What he wants to have a good tea. When he sees a particular brand name, suppose let's take an example of Tealogy because I talked to the owner as well. to T-Logy, and he thinks, okay, T-Logy is here, so he will go to that particular shop because he knows that T-Logy offers the very very same taste which I can have at my hometown in MP. And that's why the tea franchisee industry is also booming. That is another feature which is being is inherent into the franchisee model. So yes, it has dynamic growth phase, presenting expansion opportunities. And entrepreneurs who wants to have something of their own, they can consider it. If they do not have any specific business idea, they can own the franchisee. They can take the franchisee and open their own shop. What they want is just 10 by 10 10 by 10 square feet shop where they can cook the tea and also the offer additional items like snacks, the art ready to drink other beverages as well, the breakfast material like pohas or the noodles. So you have a lot of opportunity in what we call it complementary products. So yes, tea franchisee, one of the very attractive business right now, can grow exponentially. The higher the number of tea consumers in India, and higher is the number of tea franchises in India, obviously. So with this, I will share the link of this particular blog. You can go, you can check on it. You can check FAQs as well of this video, and let me know if you have any questions in the comment sections. Thank you very much, guys. So I'll just bring it into here. So BLJ Research and Analytics, this is my firm. If you want analysis of anything, if you are a business entrepreneur, you want services of market research, understanding of any particular business model or any other thing, you can reach out to me. I'll share my mail ID. Or no, you just drop into comment and I'll reach out to you. That would be better. Also, my name is Ronak Maheshwari, so you can search me on LinkedIn. Okay. Okay, guys. Bye bye. Thank you.